hello, I didn't see you there. How nice of you to join me during this sleepy time. Today we're going to be talking about ferret sleep. Ferrets tend to sleep about 18 hours a day, sometimes more. Older ferrets tend to sleep for longer. So as you can imagine, a good quality sleep, especially because the majority of their lives are spent sleeping, a good quality sleep is really important for a ferret's health. So how do you give a ferret a good quality sleep? Well, in the wild, polecats tend to sleep in burrows and tunnels. And so therefore, for a ferret to have the best sleep possible, it's important to allow them to have a dark area to sleep in. So whether it's sleeping bags that they can sleep in, whether they can curl up in blankets and sleep in those. Another thing that I do also is I cover their cage with a blanket just to make sure that when they're sleeping it's nice and dark, there's no extra stimulation out there, and they can just focus on sleeping and have the best rest possible. So this makes the cage a lot nicer and darker, as you can see. It's very pink in here, but it's a lot darker than if they were not covered. You don't like the ferrets around, do you, Rocococo? No, I don't. Another few things to consider to make sure that your ferrets get a very good quality sleep is to make sure that you give them a high quality diet. I personally have noticed that when I'm healthier, I sleep a lot better. And especially on my juice fast as well, I was sleeping like a rock. I was like a baby, just out cold pretty much. And always woke up feeling refreshed and full of energy and just in a great mood as well. So the more nutrients you or the ferrets get in their diet, the better quality the sleep will be as well. Make sure that your ferrets also get lots of blankets to snuggle up in, and hammocks and sleeping bags, just so that they can feel nice and cozy, so that they can snuggle up with each other as well if you have more than one. If you have one, then that's okay, that's not a problem. Just make sure that you provide it with lots of blankets. But keep in mind the temperature. In summer, ferrets don't tend to react very good to heat. They do much better in the cold. So make sure the temperature is right for them to sleep in as well, and for them to survive in general. If it gets too hot, they can easily overheat and die. So it's really important to... Sammy! 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 I'm going to throw a blanket at you. Thank you. So it's really important that the temperature is right for them to sleep in as well. Make sure that it's not too hot. If it is getting too hot, if it's summer where you are, if it's getting too hot, then either turn on the air conditioning, a fan, use other methods of cooling them down, or if it's really too hot, transfer them to another room of the house. Just so that they can survive first of all, and also get a good sleep and not have to try to cool themselves down too much. And again, if it's too cold, then make sure that you have enough protection over the cage. And if you keep your ferrets outside during winter, make sure that the cage is protected from the elements. Make sure that they have like a little hidey hole that they can also go in and sleep with plenty of blankets to snuggle up in. Blankets in winter, if it's snowing where you are, can freeze and can make the cage a lot cooler if you're keeping your ferrets outside. So some other things that people use are straw or shredded paper as well. Apparently works well. I don't know. I haven't personally tried. I'd suggest that you do some research on that and try a few different things and see what works best for your ferrets. But either way, the appropriate temperature is important for their overall health and for a good quality sleep as well. Exercise. Exercise is really important for a ferret's overall well-being and health, and for it to have a quality sleep as well. You might know that when you exercise, when you really get out there and move around, get your body moving, you probably have much better sleep after that. So it would probably be the same for a ferret. So make sure that your ferret is getting at least 4 hours a day of good play, getting around, running around, having fun, and make sure that you really tire them out, so that they can have a good sleep, fall into a deeper, more relaxing sleep, which will be better for their overall health. And that is it, my lovely ferrets out there. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, then give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you share it with your friends who also own ferrets, so that they can know how to make sure that your ferret gets a good quality sleep and is healthier and happier in general. And don't forget to subscribe to the Ferret-World newsletter. We send out lots of ferret tips, lots of ferret information every week. And you also get a free Ferret-World ebook for free, which is about first aid and emergency care. So it's definitely worth subscribing for that as well. And I shall see you next week. Bye-bye.